Okay, how to get a small boat started? Well, we've checked the fuel. We've just checked to make sure we've got plenty of fuel. So we've got plenty of fuel there, so that's great. That's that sorted. We've opened the valve on top of the fuel tank to let the fumes out and the air out of the tank, so everything's good there, it can breathe. Okay, the next thing we do, good morning Ricky.
Good morning.
And the next thing we do, we lower the engine into the water. So with the using the button on the side there that you can see Ricky doing, he's now lowering in the engine into the water so it's nicely submerged. There we are, perfect, beautiful. Okay, now what we need to do is use the priming valve on the engine at the back, and to make sure that there's fuel going into the pipelines, fuel lines into the engine, and you'll feel it getting a lot sturdier. That's it, that's enough. About 5 pumps and you're good to go. So that's the fuel now primed up into the engine. So then the next thing we do, we make sure the lever is in neutral. Okay, so we're not going to go smashing straight into the wall, which we're not going to anyway, because like I said in one of my other earlier videos, you can see a stern line there going straight to the anchor. So even if Ricky was to accidentally turn on the engine and it was in gear, it won't go anywhere because it's tied up. So that's a good, that just shows you how important the stern line to the anchor is. Okay, so what we do now is we're in neutral, which Ricky's just checked, and then we turn on the ignition. So turn the ignition on, and you can see the water now coming out of the water flow pipe there. That's basically the water has been sucked through the engine to cool it down, and then it's been pumped out through the engine back into the water. Okay, so you check to make sure that water is flowing nicely like it is now, a nice steady jet of flow of water, and everything's good. If there's no water, you really do need to turn the engine off, because it will explode, because it will burn the engine out. It's not cooling down, and bang, so bye 5 grand's worth of engine. So always check to make sure that water is coming out, so that you know that the engine is being cooled perfectly okay there. So everything's good to go. We're going to let that warm up. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to secure any loose items like bags, bottles, bits and bobs. You know how you do when you go out on picnics and things like this. So we make sure everything's secure. And if we had passengers today, if we had family and friends with us today, they must all be sitting down. And this is something else that I've learnt in my time in taking people out. If you've got a really heavy guy, like a big 25 stone or even 20 stone, you balance the weight out on the boat. So if you've got, just to give you a scenario, if you've got 2 girls and 2 guys, we've got Ricky here. If his wife was with him, then she's a relatively slim lady, although very tall, but she's slim. You would put her on the port side. If you've got a heavy guy, you would put him on the bow, and then the other guy's wife, if she's slim, then you'd put her on the other side opposite to Ricky's wife, so on the starboard side. So it's nicely balanced, and everything's fine there. What you don't want to do is have the 2 light girls at the front and the 2 heavy guys on the back, because the bow will skyrocket and you won't get any decent, you won't be able to control the boat as easily out on the water. So balance is paramount. Okay, so all right, I'm going to get in the boat with Ricky now, and we're going to do some harbour work now and mooring up. So awesome. Thank you very much for watching.